Happy Sunday, everybody. I'm going to be recapping my trade from Friday. I was green on the day, made about 350 on my funded. Um, so let me get into this analysis. Market actually just opened, so I'm going to be looking at that in a moment. But here is my thought process from Friday. So the first thing that I had marked out from Thursday night was this all-time high from, I believe this was AM. And during Thursday's PM session, we took or nearly took that out. We kind of left this high right in the maybe not really a rejection block, but in the sort of the wick of that initial move up for the all-time highs. Then in during Asia session, we came down, held this top hourly fair value gap, as you can see right here. So for me, that was a pretty bullish sign. And also we kind of chopped around from Asia and London session. We were chopping around, making a few new attempts to the all-time highs that eventually all of those ended up failing. But the amount of times that we went up there trying to take it is kind of what informed my bullish bias, let's say. So what I was looking for coming to open was, so I got on here right around 8:30, and what I saw instantly was on MNQ, these equal highs were made, and they were exact equal, noted by the indicator at the time. And that was actually the 8:30 wick, and there was Canadian red folder and US yellow folder, and I don't know what impact it had, but for me, in live time, I was thinking, let me show you what it looked like on the 1 minute as well. In live time, I was thinking, okay, this is a data wick. I mean, in hindsight, it doesn't look crazy abnormal. However, the equal highs was enough for me to kind of solidify the fact that I thought in short order we were going up. So let me show you the 3 minute because that's what the execution was on. So my trade for the day was, and I'll mark the low that we took out. So we took out this low right here, manipulated below, and I was basically looking to target, you know, this high after Asia that was or excuse me, after London that was formed. And then I was also targeting all-time highs, which were from that Wednesday big move up. And the trade that I took was this pretty nice V-shape recovery out of it. I set stops, I believe, around the 3305 level. Entered on the close on the 3 minute here. This was my break even. I'll mark that as well. Ah, fuck. So yeah, this is my break even right here at the equal highs, and I didn't scale at all until this high right here, where I took out 3 units. I believe like right here, and then I held or excuse me, I took out 4 units there and I held a runner to all-time highs, which hit initially on the 9:30. So yeah, that was the play for the day. I am now down approximately $90 on the funded right now. So my balance is 49,915. Very good trade for me. I felt as though this followed kind of all my criteria. It wasn't delivering out of anything on a higher time frame, which was kind of unfortunate, but these equal highs looked pretty insanely obvious to me in the fact that that was the 8:30 wick. Maybe I was mistaken about the fact that that was a data wick. However, in live time, that's what I was thinking and kind of informed my conviction. And I also loved the quick recovery out of that. That's pretty V-shaped. So, and not to mention the risk to reward was good. We're near all-time highs, so longs kind of just hit at a higher ratio to begin with, and the statistics definitely seem to be in my favor there. And yeah, I mean, I cleaned up on it. So happy to do well on a day where I saw a lot of people online kind of saying that it was a no trade day and they weren't seeing good price action. And I feel like that was especially true right out of the 9:30 where we just blasted past all-time highs. But considering that I got in pre-market, I was pretty happy about that. And yeah, I mean, at its most marginal level, this was at a 3.5 to 1, which is, you know, pretty amazing for a Friday, especially. And yeah, no complaints there. I hope we can look pretty good into this week. I think just to talk about my thoughts for this week, actually, really quickly, and not something I'm exactly prone to doing, but if I can go down to the 30-minute here, let's see what we're looking at. So the main thing that I'm thinking about coming into this week is here, and let me just clean up the chart real quick. I know that we still have somewhere down here, I believe it is maybe all the way down here. We still have this new week opening gap that we have not touched at all. So I just want to note that I think eventually we're coming back to this new week opening gap. I think the first, so I'm going to be definitely still looking for longs at the beginning of this week, but we have this really obvious 4 hour fair value gap here. And when this is potentially inverse, I'm going to think we're going to gun for these, let's call these kind of relative equal lows, but you know, whether they are or not is another question. But once we inverse this 4 hour, I think we're on a crash course for this new week opening gap right here. I That's just kind of what I'm thinking. You know, the first time that we tap in to hopefully maybe the 50% level here, or the CE of the fair value gap, I'm gonna probably look to long out of it as soon as honestly this low is taken at this 30,200 level. I'm probably looking along out of that, and that'll be the first thing I'm looking for. But if we do in fact inverse this 4 hour to the downside, I'm definitely looking towards us to run all the way down to this new week opening gap, because that I feel like that's just something that needs to be filled before we continue any further higher. And we're already pretty overstretched as it is right now. So yeah, that's kind of my thoughts going into the week, and we'll see if that holds up. But that those are the two key levels that I'm really thinking about coming into this week. So yeah, that's it for today, guys. And yeah, I'll hopefully post some stuff this week.